Welcome to the Fun Facts Club. Today we will be discussing some fun facts about the amazing red panda that you probably never knew. But first, please don't forget to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel and will be much appreciated. Okay, let's begin. Like giant pandas, red pandas are a bamboo-munching species native to high forests of Asia. While the two animals share a name and favorite food, they are not closely related. Western scientists described red pandas 50 years before giant pandas, and named the black and white bear after the smaller red panda, because of their shared characteristics, like a taste for bamboo and a bonus digit called a pseudothumb. But the latest research has placed red pandas in their own taxonomic family, Ailuridae, while giant pandas belongs to the Ursidae, or bear family. That makes red pandas the only true panda. The term panda is believed to be derived from the Nepalese words Nigaliaponya, which translates to bamboo eater. Recent genetic studies suggest two distinct species of red panda: the Chinese red panda, Ailurus diani, and the Himalayan red panda, Ailurus fulgens. Chinese red pandas typically have a redder face and more distinguished tail rings, and Himalayan red pandas tend to be smaller and have lighter colored fur. Though red pandas are carnivores, they rarely eat meat. The term carnivore refers to their biological order, not their dietary preference. Because red pandas descended from a shared ancestor with other carnivores, they share cat-like facial features and teeth, but they switched to a bamboo-based diet more than 2 million of years ago. Biologically, they are a carnivore. They have teeth designed for ripping and shredding, says Sarah Glass, the curator for red pandas at Zoo Knoxville. But somewhere along the way, they decided bamboo doesn't run away. It's always green, it's a big grass, you can always find it. I'm going to find a way to make this work. To manage their new grassy diet, red pandas gained adaptations, including an elongated wrist bone used to grasp bamboo when feeding called a pseudothumb. Because they retained the digestive system of a carnivore, a red panda has to eat 20 to 30% of their body weight in bamboo each day. Pandas will occasionally opt for foods like fruits, insects, and bird eggs, too. They're using a carnivore digestive system to process bamboo, and that is quite difficult, says red panda biologist Angela Gladstone. They need an awful lot of bamboo to get enough energy. Because they have a short digestive system, red pandas poop mere hours after eating. Red pandas are skilled treetop navigators. They have sharp, semi-retractable claws like a cat, which they use to grip mossy and slippery tree branches. They also use their bushy tails, which are marked with alternating red and buff rings, as ballasts to maintain balance. Because red pandas have extremely flexible ankles, they are one of the few animals that can climb down trees headfirst. When I go through the jungle, every other animal, when they are in the trees, they crawl down with their hind limbs first, says Angpuri Sherpa, country director for the Red Panda Network, a Nepalese organization dedicated to the conservation of wild red pandas. But when you see the pandas, they always crawl down headfirst. Red pandas' fibula and tibia are attached in a way that allows their feet to rotate 180 degrees, giving their curved claws a better angle to grip tree bark. Though a red panda's rusty coat might seem like a bold choice for a forest-swelling species, their color helps them blend in with their surroundings. In their home in the mountainous forests of China, India, Nepal, Bhutan and Myanmar, trees are draped with reddish-brown moss and lichens. Red pandas also have black fur on their belly and legs, which helps them hide from predators like snow leopards against the dark foliage. Sometimes it's a miracle to spot a red panda, because they can camouflage very well in their habitat, says Sonam Tashilama, the project coordinator for the Red Panda Network. There are mosses similar to the color of red pandas, so sometimes we think there is a red panda far in the distance, he says. When he gets closer, he's often disappointed to find the reddish blob is a just clump of moss. Fewer than 10,000 red pandas survive in the wild, and hundreds live in zoos across the world. Those that have survived in the wild are often confined to pockets of intact forest. The animals are isolated in small groups, and losing maybe one female, for example, may totally wipe out the reproductive potential of that group, says Gladstone. While the awareness of the threats to red pandas has increased dramatically over recent decades, humans and red pandas are still competing for space and resources. In addition to habitat loss, poaching is a huge threat to red pandas. Some animals are taken from the wild to be kept as pets, despite making terrible house guests, according to experts, and others are killed for their fur. Support from the local community is very crucial, because they are real stewards of the red panda and their habitat, says Lama. Every day the human population is growing, and the demand of firewood and the demand of road networks in the hills where the red panda habitat falls is growing. One way that the Red Panda network supports both locals and red pandas is by hiring community members as environmental stewards, which reduces poaching and provides alternative income sources. Red pandas usually prefer to live on their own, except for moms and their young cubs. Because males are solitary, they must work to find a female partner and begin searching for a suitable mate in the winter and early spring. To alert other pandas to their presence, males mark territory with scent glands on their feet and at the base of their tail. The glands secrete a colorless liquid that is pungent to pandas, but odorless to humans. They also opt for another charming trick: personal poop piles. These poop piles are basically a message post saying, "Hey, I'm in the area," says Glass. Once a male finds a female, they'll follow them around and hang out closely, because you only have that short 24 to 48-hour window where she's going to turn around and go, "Okay, you're cute." Like giant pandas, red panda females are fertile for only 1 or 2 days a year, and can delay implantation of a fertilized egg for weeks. Red panda's gestation period can be short as 93 days, or as long as 156 days to ensure cubs are born, when the most tender and digestible bamboo shoots and leaves are available, usually in late spring. The first few weeks of a red panda's life are a challenge. Red panda babies are born in litters of 1 to 4 cubs, but a female usually has a pair of offspring. Newborn red pandas are about the size and shape of a Twinkie, says Glass, and they nurse and get groomed for weeks before their eyes will start to open. At around a month old, they'll start to develop their distinct reddish color and darker markings. 6 weeks is what starts we call the popcorn stage, says Glass. They just sort of leap randomly every so often, maybe into a wall, maybe each other. Glass says they venture outside of the den around 3 months old, and only start to gain real control of their bodies at 4 or 5 months old. Young pandas pounce and play not just for fun, but to build skills like balance and coordination. One of the most charming sorts of play behavior I've ever seen is red panda young playing with their parents, says Gladstone. They raise up on their hind legs and put their front paws up, and then they will pounce on one of their parents. It's just so cute. Red pandas are considered full-grown around 2 years of age and reach the size of a fluffy house cat.